Know what it is. Y'all know the science of life. Insight from the Godz. Brother Lakim, brother Knowledge. We on deck. Freestyle Thursday. You know what I'm saying? We just dropping jewels, dropping science and building with mathematics, man. It's all about elevation, all about guiding our youth, all about creating a better opportunity, taking advantage of what we didn't have, recognizing opportunity when it presents itself and not waiting for it to happen. What you think about that, God?
Yeah, man. The world is changing so fast right before our eyes, man. It's like you got to be able to adapt and adjust. Every time you look on the news, it's something. It's almost a shock. And it's almost like a distraction to your own development because it's like you got to pause sometime in your track to make sure you should keep going the way you're going or should you detour. And that's the biggest challenge for most of us because sometimes life requires you to detour. Sometimes it might be just for a moment. Sometimes it can be temporary, but to stay fixated in a situation that's non-conducive, sometimes is the biggest self-destruction we face. That's why I say like we on the treadmill sometimes. We moving, but we ain't going nowhere. So we want to try to figure out how to get off that treadmill and make that energy count. And we're going to call this Freestyle Thursday because we're going to build on a little bit of everything.
Right,
And that's what it is.
No doubt. I like the idea, man, of ushering in a whole new world, man. It's like rise of the machines and we up against the machine way of thinking, man. We trying to instill quality individuals and rebuild us from the ground up and throw away that old shit that didn't work and stop trying to hold on to useless ideas and concepts that never helped us construct anything. The only thing it did was gave us a bunch of crutches and a bunch of excuses and a bunch of things that didn't allow us to walk on our own. And so that's what we out to do, man. It's really honor for us to really start this mission and be on it because we're really trying to build a whole new world through our youth. We really don't want to pass on any of our negative traits that we had, any of the mistakes that we made. We're here to tell not to do it. That way, when the new world come in, you'll recognize you don't got to go to prison. You don't have to commit crime to feel validated. You don't have to follow behind somebody who you think is a leader. You will understand that leadership is a quality that is already in you naturally. You can take a few pointers and bring out the leadership in you, but never fall victim to being an idol worshiper, following men and following the ideas of men less those ideas mesh with the ideas that you have. And it's about liberating yourself, your mind, your people, and building something constructive and not trying to repeat something that we already done. So when I say we the architects of a new world, we're actually designing a new mind, a new idea, and basically thing for our people to feed off, to lunch on, to eat from. You know what I'm saying? Preparing the Last Supper for real so you can eat at the table of the gods and get that information and that power and that knowledge of self.
No doubt, no doubt. Real quick on a side note, have any of y'all heard of I-3 Atlas? It's called I-3 Atlas. It's a big asteroid, something's hurling through the atmosphere out there in the cosmos. They're not really talking a lot about it. They can't track its movement. It's going so fast. They don't have no plan, and it's coming towards this direction. And it's something that I think a lot of us need to really pay attention to because oftentimes when we're the most distracted, especially like by politics and things that's going on in the world, here comes something that blindsides us every time because something captivates our attention to the magnitude that we just turn our back to any other reality. And there's always something that we never foreseen coming. So if you ever get a chance, Google I-3 Atlas and look up the update, the latest trajectory. Where is it? What's the damage? How big is it? The thing is so big, it's unbelievable. I can't believe that they really keeping it on the hush and not talking about it. That's because they don't have enough information on it. And you know, when they get some information to blind you with, they will give it to you. But when they don't speak about it, that's because they ain't found the way to wrap it up in the fluff.
Right.
To keep you deceived. So be on point for all kinds of information, all kinds of transformation that's going on. Because this is a spiritual warfare going on. It's getting real. It's whose side you with. It ain't no middle ground. A lot of people talking about they in the middle now. You can't be in the middle. You got to pick a side. Whether you pick a side or the side gonna pick you. It's just that simple. So you got to really know what force you fighting for, whether you're an agent of light or you're an agent of darkness. But it's one of the forces that you're gonna represent in this battle that's going on now. It's like a spiritual warfare, right? versus wrong, good versus evil. So, and it's like, what side are you on? What frequency are you representing?
Right.
If you want to know, it doesn't matter what you believe in, who you follow, what you look up to. It's what frequency are you representing while you in this physical vessel?
Facts.
What kind of energy are you emitting? What kind of contribution are you giving back to the world or to humanity or to your brother man? That's the question to be asked when you want to put your soul on the scales of Mayat to determine whether you're going to go to this afterlife that you think your soul may go to. So it's a frequency that you'll always live through and feel and experience no matter what realm it is. So be careful about the energy that you emit.
No doubt. That's the preparation ground or building that structure that you're going to forever have to live in, man. This house is eternal. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of them temporary houses. When you construct that fort with your spiritual information and enlightenment, you're building a house or a vessel for you to travel through interdimensions, man. This shit is deep. I like the fact that Brother Knowledge brought up that issue, but I want to focus on the distractions because a lot of times when you look at the ostrich degree, an ostrich buries its head in the sand as if its body isn't still exposed. And that's what those distractions do. It make us bury ourselves in ideas of this is important, that is important, my life is on the line, and most of the times it'd be about frivolous shit. You know what I'm saying? It'd be about what don't matter. And while you focusing on that, it's some stuff that's going on that can really affect your very existence. And a lot of times we dealing with media propaganda. So like the brother said, before they can explain it, they gonna propagandize off of it first. They might even give it one of them fancy names and put your name on it. It's the ISIS comment. It's the nuclear. You know how they do. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you done bit into the propaganda. You done fell victim to it. And the whole time, you know what I mean? It was something that really, really, really is detrimental to our entire existence. And sometimes this pain forces us to come together. As I've been observing what's been going on, I've been seeing a few people giving out groceries, man, and getting that community love back. And you know what I'm saying? Just pulling up. You know what I mean? Loaded with the eats and giving back to the community. And I love that because that's what I think that all of this taken away is forcing us to do. It's really making us do what we should be doing in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, let me smack the shit out y'all to remind you this is what you should have been doing. Instead of waiting for disaster to strike. Instead of being proactive, instead of being reactive, instead of proactive. And a lot of times we're always in that predicament. We always see a situation after it happened. You know what I'm saying? That hindsight shit. So what we got to do is open our third eye, man, and keep our vision clear so we can see things before it happened. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing how I was on social media today and I saw some information in reference to them complimenting Baltimore and the Bronx on their low violence levels. And I was like, damn, just last month I took Baltimore to the Bronx. And now they're just getting on the bandwagon trying to figure out how can we connect Baltimore with the Bronx and create that unity so we can try to create a statewide CVI program. And I'm like, here we go again. Maybe they got a whiff of my recipe book and now all of a sudden this is important to them. But that's what we do, man. We visionaries and we here to create. We here to help. We here to exalt our people, man, and take us, you know what I'm saying, to the next level. You know what I mean? So buckle up, man, because we always gonna go for a ride, man. But one thing I want to share with y'all is the idea that they are planning something. They have think tanks where they sit down and plan. My question is, where's our think tanks? Where are our men of great minds that are sitting at the round table constructing thoughts and ideas and plans? Can we get out of each other's way? Can we allow, you know what I'm saying, whatever leadership qualities the next brother have or the next sister have and sit down at the round table and construct a plan? Can we keep our big ass mouth shut so our plan don't get in the ear of the wrong people? Do we have the discretionary knowledge to know when to shut the fuck up when we talking about a plan that works around the wrong people? So talk black to us and talk back to us as me and the brother build on this Freestyle Thursday, man. We give y'all some medicine that y'all been needing for a while. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Now, salute, Elo, Ren. I think that's you. Peace. Out Exile podcast. That's Ren, right?
Yeah, no doubt,
Yeah,
no
peace,
doubt.
Elo, no
Peace,
doubt.
Elo.
Yeah, check the I3 Atlas out, Elo. I know you on it. You know what I mean? They on to something. My biggest fear with stuff like that, man, is that this is where a lot of the bacteria and the biological warfare agents come from. These extra interstellar forces and rocks and shit that into our atmosphere, then into our waters, and eventually into our water system. And we end up consuming it because it go in the soil. You know, they be microscopic components a lot of times. And this is where a lot of them viruses and them foreign agents and bacteria really come from a lot of times. So I just be on the lookout for when stuff like that is close in the atmosphere, to be on the lookout for certain viruses and flus and outbreaks. Although we know they all manufactured anyway, but they be the extra reasons and justifications they use. So I don't believe they're total liars. I believe they're half liars. I don't even believe the conspiracy theorists 100%.
Right.
I believe him halfway. So that's why you got to be really careful about how you grab information, because sometimes we are taking other people's information as if it's 100% factual.
Right.
And we'll go defend it with no substance to it. So, like, you know, I take everything with a grain of salt, because that other half's supposed to be your own individual intuition and wisdom that's giving credence to whatever it is you're supposed to represent or speak on. You should know what you're talking about, be able to give that information back to you. Yeah, I wanted to give my salute to the people, man, that's coming together, that's trying to help each other out. Since the stamp shortage, the cutoff, and all these things to take place. Whenever you don't follow the laws of the universe will put you in a situation where you will have to forcefully cooperate. And sometimes, even back when doing segregation in the Jim Crow era, man, it's like when they didn't want us around and didn't want to let us in bathrooms and restaurants and in their establishments, it forced us to come together, because we woke up and say, damn, yo, man, I don't fuck with us. They don't want us around, so it made us say, okay, we're gonna build our own shit.
Facts.
The only thing is that the shit we built was 100 times way better than anything they can even fathom. Because we was their original fathers and teachers anyway that taught them how to do everything. So they knew that we had the original ingredient. Then the only way to do that is to divide us, but they didn't realize that we would come together the way we did when they separated us. And it made us powerful, and that's what gave the birth of Black Wall Street and stuff like that. So when tragedy and disaster come, and it seems like we being disenfranchised or left out or discriminated against, that's your opportunity to tap into your power and tap into your brother man power, so that y'all can come together and build something great. Because otherwise, when we feel comfortable, we don't move.
Right.
We get stuck and stagnant when we comfortable, when we feel like we made it or we content. We can't be content nowadays. We got to keep it moving. We got to keep pushing. Ain't no time to rest. And that's what it's about. And on another note, salute to my Ravens. We represented down there, beat the crap out of Miami, got the Miami coach fired. I'm with all that. That's what I'm talking about. I was there. Yeah, it was a good time, though. Just good atmosphere. Big shout out to them Ravens. Yeah, that's what it is. Let's get it. Freestyle Thursday. We talking about everything.
Yeah, we might go anywhere over the sun, beyond the sun, around it, in between it. You know what I mean?
No doubt, man. That's what it's about, man. It's about current events and current affairs for me, man. I think that's what's most important, because there's a lot of stuff that has had our attention that we really put our head in the sand, as the Elo was speaking about. It's like, yo, problems right at our door any day now. Shit can just go totally left.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, it's getting really scary, because it's almost like, okay, y'all be careful. Y'all picking out of y'all emotions now. Y'all making a lot of emotional choices. When the emotions wear off, where your logic set. Something gonna have to carry you. Because nobody to give a fuck, and nobody want to hear you crying in tears.
Facts.
So be wise, man, on these choices y'all making. You know what I mean?
And be humble
Don't
enough
let
to say I was emotional at the
Yeah,
time.
and there's nothing wrong with changing your mind. You know what I mean? Don't stay stuck in a quicksand. Get the fuck out that quicksand.
No doubt.
Shit getting real. I ain't gonna get religious or political tonight, but
Yeah.
shit get real. Y'all better wake up. You know what I mean? Better get real with yourself. If nobody else, get real with yourself.
Yeah, no doubt. I definitely want to salute the people that's on point, though. A lot of times, man, we get overlooked. We are the people that's on point, but it's a bunch of other people that's doing their thing, putting the effort, the energy, and the work in with dealing with the youth and teaching them and helping them get employment, you know what I'm saying, helping them get GEDs, and, you know what I'm saying, reaching out to people when they say they need help, you know what I'm saying, and really giving back and really doing that community thing and being the architects of Black love, not in conversation, but being the architects of black love and that real material help. You know what I'm saying? Like bringing it full scale within action and not just talking that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing, man, when I come to my group, you know what I'm saying, and Brother Knowledge bring his students in there who he got getting the CDL class, you know what I mean? And I look at the brothers that's never been to prison, that's not in the street, not even attracted to it, you know what I'm saying? Young, powerful brothers that's learning a skill set, you know what I'm saying, and that's willing to sit under the tutelage of a brother like Knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And to all our people that reach out to our programs and who accept the help, who put their false pride aside and say, yo, look, shit got rough for me, I need a job. Right. All right, let me pull you in. Yo, let me share this with you. Yo, I ain't got my GED. Yo, I need, all right, let me pull you in. Let me help you out. You know what I'm saying? Not in conversation, as I said, because a lot of times people talk a mean game. You know what I'm saying? Symbols with no substance. They look the part. They dress well, comb their hair to look it, style their clothes to look like they the best motherfucker in the world for the job. Right. And the whole time motherfucker can't pull a lever. You know what I mean? Can't turn on a light switch. You know what I'm saying? But he look like he know his shit. And so we ain't falling for that bullshit no more, man. We got to be people of substance. We the best builders, like the brother was saying. So we the architects of a whole new world. You know what I'm saying? They got a new world order, but we got one too. You know what I'm saying? And like the brother said, not to get religious. The Bible say, I saw a new heaven and a new earth. Well, what was wrong with the old one?
Right.
If you saw a new heaven and a new earth, obviously the old one was wearing out or some shit was taking place in it that had to be done away with in order for the new idea and the new concept to be manifested. And we the ones bringing in that new heaven and that new earth, man. Make no mistake about it. You know what I'm saying? Every thought that we think, every idea, every concept, every book that we write, man, is a constructural brick in this pyramid of endurance. Because those pyramids that we left over in the Middle East, you know what I'm saying? They're just a symbol of what came from our mind. So if those structures still standing, imagine the thoughts that's in our hearts and in our minds that built those structures. Right. You know what I mean? And that's where we at with it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't glorifying in the past. We taking that information and walking right up into a new world with that same information, you know what I'm saying, to put us on that path of growth and development, man. And that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Raising our personal universe, the sun, moon, and stars, that man, woman, and child. Putting our personal house back in order first, then getting the community back in order, bringing the neighborhoods together, man. And if we got to suffer pain to force us to do that, y'all know what the revolutionary George Jackson said, lessons not learned in blood are soon forgotten.
That's right. So
we the only motherfuckers that gotta bleed.
Right.
We gotta bleed before we wake up. We gotta be hurt. Oh shit, I can't do that no more. I gotta unite with people. You don't see whites doing that. They don't have the same religion.
Right.
Let's get deep into it. Them secret societies, they parts of 19 different damn religions.
Right.
But they drop that shit when it's time to come together for their idea, their plan, their concept. We the only motherfuckers so emotionally attached to religion, we don't know how to throw that shit to the side when it's time for our survival.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got to get out of that shit,
Wow,
man.
we like that as a people.
Yeah, we got to get out
crazy,
of it.
man. We stay stuck and stagnated. You know what I mean? I'm looking at this little election, man, with this guy Zohan Maldawi, the mayor, the one, the mayor, the Muslim guy.
Yeah.
From out, I think he's an Asian guy, but he's Islamic. You know what I mean? He a democratic socialist, right? So it's like we're a capitalist society. You got communists, you got socialists, you got Marx. Call Marx was communist. Then you got the socialism, and then you got the fucking fascism.
All the people who always tell me y'all think he is real with shit. He is real. I'm telling y'all, it's not scripted. Just go ahead.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, just so people can kind of get an understanding of the difference, right? So when you're talking about socialists, where he is, like, his campaign is really kind of running on, I'm going to give you free bus, free educate, free. And, you know, we always going for the free shit. As soon as a motherfucker talk about giving us something free, we're like, hey, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's understandable to a degree at one point in time. But my thing is, you got to know people's ideology, right? I mean, like, the man, from my understanding, don't have much of a background, and definitely not politics to run no city like New York, right? And when you talking about world transformation and this stuff that they talking about, this big no kings protest and stuff like that, right? When you talk about that, this is the Trojan